Porter, you only gave up 27 points in the second half. Was that an emphasis in the first half? I mean, you didn't look like you were real happy with how they played.
Yeah, well, I mean, 39 points. I got to give them credit. It was a very emotional week. Coming back late. I mean, obviously we got back to our house at like 4:30 in the morning. But the offense they run it with pace. It's a form of Princeton, to where it's hard, like the way they run and cut off the post, and just options they do. They're really good movement, and they got loose for some threes. And to their credit, they hit them. Fox hit, I think, 4 in the first half, 39 points. Offensively, we did a lot of good things. We had 12 assists in the first half. Sometimes you get in these games, and it's just single-minded. And I thought the first half offensively, I was pleased. 12 assists, shot it well. Duke really got us out of the gates offensively, let it come to them, and the guys were finding them. We were better defensively, settled into having to guard the pace of what they were doing. I wish we would have doubled up the first half. 27 in the second. It would have been nice in the first.
Jesse?
Porter, you mentioned it there with Duke, 29 tonight, hit 20 in that first half. Just what stood out to you about the way he was scoring, and then maybe just the season as a whole? Are you seeing him maybe find more of a rhythm as the season?
Well, it shows you our depth. We've had, think about it, those three guards have each had a game over 25 points this year. So it gives you some depth that, different guys can contribute like that scoring-wise. But Duke I think is really defensively, he gets it going too. Like I just think his energy and aggressiveness defensively has been really good.
Justin?
I know it's still just 2 points at the end of the day, but when you guys get on a fast break and Jeremiah's throwing lobs to Jalon, just plays like that, when you guys are able to get on the run, how much of an extra boost is that?
Yeah, it's a big boost because, obviously we want to run. You got two athletic guys leading the break. There's some things based on my playing experience and my coaching experience that I can teach. I really can't teach the underhand lob from the elbow and then coming in there. It's one of those things, we don't practice that. It's just one of those natural, God-given passes that he made. I mean, he led him perfectly. I mean, that was just a special pass. My coaching tip to Duke in the second half, he threw it behind the point. I go, can't you do that? Can't you just throw it up there in that vicinity? And that was a big-time 2-on-1. Between two very athletic special players.
Bob?
Jalon Moore at 6.5, Jeremiah Pierce at 4.5. But how appreciative or proud are you of the way that they don't force the action?
Well, it's part of who this team is that we're pulling for each other. I don't think people were finding Duke. I mean, like he had it going, and it wasn't like we were saying, "Hey, get it to Duke." It was just natural flow. And giving it up. And then, I thought some things opened up in transition for Jeremiah and Jalon in transition. I think Jeremiah came right out of the gate. We ran an action, and then he popped back for a wide open three that kind of started us in the second half, first play of the second half. And that's just, mind's right, game's right. And those guys were about winning. And we just didn't guard as much as I wanted to guard in the first half. And we've had that scenario before. The last non-Power 5 school, we did that against Alcorn. We didn't guard like we did the first half, and we've came together at halftime, and we've had a much better second half.
Jeremiah told the post-game radio show the other night that he wants none of the focus to be on who you guys play against, opponent, anything like that. In these two games before conference play starts against these mid-majors, what's the biggest thing that you want to see, what you want to learn about your team? You
just don't want to get out of character. You want to stay in character. And our character is a togetherness, a toughness, playing the right way. Spacing defensively, 5 guys trying to stop the ball. Sometimes when you get these games, as games go on, some guys get out of character. They start thinking, I got to do this. They're hearing outside voices. And I don't think those guys are about getting out of character. And we talk about that. Our character is staying together. Who we are when we're good is we're connected defensively. We space and share the ball offensively. We got different guys that can do different things. And so what you're looking for is not to get out of character. Understand why this particular team wins and not deviate from that.
Any additional? Back to James.
I'm just curious, Christmas comes up this weekend. Mm-hmm. For a basketball team, you got a game on Sunday. So they don't get to go home, or how do you handle the Christmas?
They definitely get to go home.
Oh, they do?
Oh, they are road runner right now. They are running out to go home right now. It's been a grind. You know, they're here all summer. Then they're here. I mean, they really. Thanksgiving we were in the Bahamas. Today's the 22nd. So they get to go home tonight, the 23rd, 24th, 25th. We'll practice the 26th. That's our schedule. I just think it's healthy. I think it's our long run. It'll be better for us mentally to have them be with, you know, family and friends for a couple days, recharge, put that what we did so far in the bank, and to be excited to come back. You know, there's a lot of teams that are fractured. There's a lot of teams that have had a lot of, you know, we're moving in the right direction. Enjoy your family. I just think it's so important for young guys to do that, and we'll get after it the 26th that night.
Any additional questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, guys. Merry Christmas.
We'll work our way through the room. James, you want to start us off?
Duke, did you know this was coming tonight?
No, I ain't have nothing expected, honestly. I just want to come in here, get the win, and, you know, do whatever it takes to win.
Bob?
And Duke, how much of this is the confidence you talked about that you built from what happened in the second half Wednesday?
It's just, you know, when you come in and you hit a couple first shots and, you know, things rolling. But, you know, the second half, you can kind of get replacement of those things, you know, like taking bad shots or, you know, trying to force things. I was just still trying to let the flow come to me and, you know, build that confidence, help my team keep going too as well. So, you know, by bringing my energy, you know, I just wanted to lift them up as well.
Jalon, how big is it when Duke scores the way he did today? Just what does that do for your offense?
Man, it brings a whole different side of our offense. Because Duke, I mean, last year was one of the top most efficient players in the country, and just to see him go out there, man, and do his thing, man, it was amazing. It was amazing to watch, and I'm glad he got in there, man. He was on fire, bro, and it was good to watch, and I was excited the whole time.
Justin?
Jalon, you mentioned letting the game come to him, but as a teammate, when you see your guy going off on a run like that, especially in that first half, I think it was like 12 straight for him, just how was he making an emphasis to get in the basketball?
I mean, I don't know if y'all saw. I think he hit a three, and then came back down the next time. We got him the ball right to him, and he put it up for a heat check, and it was straight net ball. So it's an emphasis for sure to feed that hot hand because I mean he was our offense. He was our offense that first half, and I feel like that's the beauty of this team. We have any pieces in here who can come in each night and score 20, no matter like if it's me, if it's Duke, Jeremiah, Kobe, or whoever it is. That's how special this team is. So it was important to get him the ball in the first half.
And just to reflect on that, it's just, you know, there's just, you know, come together as a team, as togetherness and unselfishness. You know, like you said, like any given night can be anybody. And we know just, you know, whoever got the hot hand, we're going to feed them, we're going to lead them on and keep them going.
Carson?
Duke, I know your career high at High Point was 32 points. Late in the game, were you thinking about that at all?
Yeah, I was. I can't even lie. I was thinking about it a little bit, but, you know, I was just excited for the win. And then when the guys were excited for me, so, you know, career high or not career high, it doesn't really matter. I'm just happy for the win.
Any additional questions for Duke? Go back to Bob.
Jalen, you mentioned Friday about respecting the game, not get complacent. The second half defense, and how much that changed things for you guys?
I feel like the first half we came out, we won the first 4 minutes, and then we kind of got comfortable, and we came in at halftime, and we got back to our standards. Because we're a team that we're going to be the best team at getting better. So we came back at halftime, watched what we needed to watch, and we came back and executed the game plan going into the second half for them to only score, I think, like 27 points. So that's important. Important for us to just play to our standard and continue to respect the game as we move forward and we play Prairie View and then we get into conference play. So I feel that's going to be important.
Justin?
Specifically down low, I think they only went 5 for 15 on layups. Just how pleased were you with the way you guys were aggressive down low, preventing those easy looks?
I even give credit to our guards also. When we get it in the post, we got scrappy guys like Duke, Jeremiah, Kobe, Dayton, who comes out there and gives us that dig to help us with that resistance. So I was impressed with that, and that's going to be important moving forward.
Any additional questions for these guys? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.